Hello my beautiful people, this is Art from DJR Union and welcome to part 2 of the tier list video where me, D, as well as Wabble TCG go over the current decks that are now out in Union Arena here in the West, and we determine what are the top decks as what are the bottom tier decks currently out over here in the West. And like I said before, if you haven't seen part 1, go ahead and check it out on Wabble TCG's channel. The link will be down in the description box below, so that way you have an understanding of the deck so far before we jump into part 2. But without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and continue on with the video.
But all right, let's see. So we covered everything up until Demon Slayer. So we're kicking it off with Demon Slayer now.
Exactly.
Yellow Tanjiro and Nezuko. Me personally, I think this deck is still amazing. It plays out of the sideline, has a lot of good pressure with board rushing and raids, multiple attacks. The only thing that it definitely shows in like age at this point is how many, like, the lack of triggers that it has. But in my opinion, your triggers don't matter if you're trying to swing that fast at your opponent, you know?
Exactly. It's just like the reoccursion with this deck is actually crazy. Not only with like bringing things back from the sideline, but also the fact of being able to swap out your Nezuko's with your Tanjiros to be able to overall just swing wide versus swinging tall with it.
Yeah, and it really helps that their synergy. I mean, the brother sister, their siblings, they obviously have some synergy with each other. So it's good to see that they have a way to incorporate that synergy by having them work so well together and have it pretty much be just the two of them. You don't really need any Nosuke or Zenitsu in your deck to even bring out the full potential of this deck, because you're able to pretty much get what you need when you need it half the time with just the two of them. Yeah, Zenitsu will help you search, but like,
no. You got to run that Comrades card, bro. Have you seen that one?
Yes, bro.
Dude, forget triggers. I don't care about my life. That card's so good.
Yeah, so this deck is definitely a really high placing deck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree though. I think people need to try out Comrades over Zenitsu. I understand the body in the search, but like, dude, getting 2 free bodies out of like whatever it is, 5 or whatever, is so good.
Oh yeah, it's so good, it's so powerful, and especially when we get to like later decks in this tier list, you're gonna see just how important it is to be able to get those 2 extra bodies to bring out onto your field.
Oh, so with that, it's obviously not, I don't think it's,
nah, it's not.
Say top tier. I think the triggers do hold it back, and you are swinging with small bodies sometimes, I feel like, and that can hurt.
Yeah, so I feel as though not S tier, A tier.
He's definitely A.
He's definitely A. I would say he's there like right behind Giselle, honestly.
Oh, you think he's all the way up here? Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, at the end of the day, the deck that wins fastest will win. Right?
Exactly.
And this deck can swing fast. So yeah, I agree. Now, funny enough, it does have like, it kind of has like this is kind of like its matchup counterpart, you know what I mean? Just because like, if you do get that like backline rest, dude, it could be so bad.
Oh yeah, it just hurts it significant because you're trying to swap out with cards on your backline anyway. So it's like, if everything's rested, it's like, well,
you're not getting the extra attack.
Yeah, you kind of just done so.
Literally. All right, so with that, I just chose this guy because I know no one runs him, I don't think, but his art is so clean.
Oh,
the Hashira deck.
I'm gonna be honest.
What do you guys think?
I think as it stands right now, Hashira's, I think they stand at the pinnacle of C tier, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, because
I like that.
Because like the deck does work, don't get me wrong. Your burst of a feather flock together. You're trying to get all your Hashiras out on the field to get all their effects working in conjunction. The issue with this just is slow. It really is just slow because you have a lot of 2 AP cards that you're trying to bring out. Like say your Matsuris and what's the Miss Hashira? I can't remember his name. Yeah, Mushiro. Like you're trying you're trying to bring them out to utilize their effects. Like I said, the Matsuri is like kill power on top of just being just a nice body, but she's 2 AP and she doesn't come in active. So you are.
And on top of that, you have no raid cards and
none.
You have 1 set to active card, right? One option.
Exactly. So it's like you're kind of limited with what you can do.
Yeah, and I think that it is important to point out that, yes, we are talking about how 2 AP cards are kind of like holding this deck back, but meanwhile you have decks like Gawain that love 2 AP cards. But that's the problem. This deck, while it does have 2 AP cards, has nothing to help support the fact that you're running so many 2 AP cards in it.
Oh yeah, and the color, what's her name? The color trigger girl?
Yeah, Matsuri?
Yeah, Matsuri, whatever her name is. You have to play her on the front line. That sucks, dude. Like, there's just a a lot of elements that stack against the deck. Now it does have some amazing features like the what is it, the Hashira search, I believe it is. Like, it's so good.
Such a good searcher.
Yeah, so good. And then like I didn't really play the deck enough because I was loving Tanjiro Nezuko, but the was it a 0 or a 1 cost? The head of the Hashira, the main guy. Kibutsuji. I'm so bad with the names, bro. It's been a while. But yeah. He basically is a free action point restand. Like, there's a lot of it in the deck that can go crazy with it, but feels a little slow for sure. I've seen it go pop off. I can see it in B. I'm not gonna lie, but I can see like all these decks kind of like just beating it most of the time, you know?
Exactly, because it's gonna boil down, because what's gonna put the B decks beating the Hashira, it really just gonna boil down to speed, and I feel as though everything in B tier is able to get their game plan off a lot quicker. Not a lot quicker, but just fast enough to outshine the Hashiras.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say I'm really excited for Volume 2 of Demon Slayer coming out at the end of the year, because Hashiras get quite a bit amount of support for them.
Hell yeah.
So we'll probably see them come up to B, maybe even take the spotlight in A tier.
Okay. Yeah, it's crazy how they even dropped in English with more support than ever. Like, wasn't there like 6 new Hashiras that they didn't get in Japan in Volume 1? Something like that. There was like a whole package of Hashiras we got, but it still just wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't the key elements that it needed. It was crazy.
Exactly, bro. So we'll see once Volume 2 hits how powerful it'll be.
Yeah. But I can see the deck popping off. It's not terrible. Now Muzan Kibutsuchi. Oh boy.
All right.
Oh boy. Our first get to 20 in Union Arena, right?
This deck is stupid. This deck.
All Muzan fans are disappointed, I think.
Yeah. So like the way, how can I best explain this? You're able to get the 20 cards in the deck, especially with Muzan, you're able to get to it quite consistently. And fairly enough, quite quickly too. Like, I think it's either turn 4 or turn 5. You can get to where you have 20 cards into your sideline to make Muzan a serious deck and start getting him out and start pushing it up to the front line quite soon. And because you have a lot of the lower ranked demons and with sideline effects to help with Muzan, as well as like color trigger effects to be able to like the color trigger cards to be able to sideline your cards to get additional effects on top of them, you're doing what Purple loves to do best, which is have reoccurring effects with the sideline.
Yes. Having stuff that not only recur from the sideline, but also have all those sacrificial pawns is definitely a huge staple of graveyard themed decks. And I feel like Muzan does take a good handle onto things. Like, he does steer that really well. He's killing off the demons he doesn't need, getting benefits off of them dying, and then he just sits in the back and watches the rest of the deck struggle until he gets to those 20 cards in the sideline and is able to come forward.
That's interesting. So you guys both really like this deck.
Yeah, like I've seen it.
Dang, interesting.
I've seen it a lot in tournaments and especially locals, and it puts in work. It does what it needs to do, and it does it quite consistently too.
Now, when was this question?
This was like legitimately probably during the start of Demon Slayer, when everyone was like super focused on Tanjiro and Nezuko.
Because I feel like
I
feel like it's fallen off. It has been like 8 months or so, 7 months. Because here's the thing, even when it released, I was a little not loving it, just because in my opinion, it's not, I don't know, it doesn't get to 20 consistently enough. And even when I have seen it get to 20, like my opponent plays the Muzan or whatever, or it finally happens, and it's just like not even that crazy. Like, I still have enough life, or my life saves me or something. Now I don't know. And then my only other thing with it is, ever since its release, I've just seen such oppressive, even like fast-paced decks, especially, just like not even give it a chance. Like, I feel like in Union Arena, you're not getting to 20 in your sideline in most games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that is a good point.
But that is interesting. You guys have seen it pop off, apparently.
Yeah, like the thing is, like, don't get me wrong, at a first glance, you'll see, like, all right, how am I supposed to get 20 cards into my sideline to be able to trigger its effect? But it really revolves you, how are you building the deck? Are you building the deck with keeping in mind the fact that, hey, I'm trying to get cards into my sideline as quickly as possible? Because keep in mind, Purple Bleach is able to do the same thing, get as much cards to his sideline, and it's able to hit getting 20 cards in their sideline quite consistently. So, and when we get to it, Full Metal Alchemist also have a similar elements as well that they're able to do quite consistently. I feel as though it's just that people are overshadowing what Muzan are really capable. Cause I guess they like tried it, say like, oh, this trash, and it's gave up without really saying like, hey, how am I building the deck? Is my ratios good? Am I playing the correct cards? Am I sequencing them correctly? Because Muzan's a sequence deck. You have to sequence it correctly.
Yeah, no, definitely.
To get the 20 cards into your sideline to bring out the true power. And if you're not doing that, you're just trying to go bonk, then you're not going to understand how the deck plays, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Fair enough. Listen, it might need a revisit because it still has a few months before Volume 2. So I think me personally, with it where it currently stands, I think it's not really going to look too good against most decks. Where would you guys place it though?
I would say if it's not A tier, then it's definitely up there in B tier. Most definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah, truthfully, I wasn't even really looking at A tier that much. I was looking at like middle, maybe like closer to where Gorn is for B tier.
Okay, I got you. Wait, who's that? Oh, Gon. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, again, I feel like with these decks where you have cards that come out at 20 in your sideline, I feel like you just need a different game plan. Like you're building up your sideline, obviously, but it's just you can't fully depend on that. You know what I mean? Like you've got to have other courses of action, and it does have that really cool like Akaza card, with the snipe and impact, I believe, which is really nice. But yeah, again, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm curious. Maybe I'll have to revisit the deck. But with these decks where you're trying to get to 20, I feel like they just do not have the time to do it, from what I've seen.
I get you.
But who knows? Now this other Demon Slayer deck, I feel like does kind of pop off. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Like I played Daki and Gyotaro quite a bit, and this deck is really consistent at getting both your Gyotaros and your Dakis out on the field, especially raiding them to get their additional effects. Because you're playing the key card in this deck is we're always going to be together. I'm never going to leave you or let you go, which is a dig 7 cards deep to find both a Daki and a Gyotaro card added to your hand. That card is what elevates this deck so much more so, because now you're able to find, or you have a better probability of finding your raid Dakis, of finding your raid Gyotaros to bring them out to the field and start having reoccurring effects of being able to draw more cards. This deck is really good at drawing cards, flooding the field with Dakis and Gyotaros, and getting the benefits of having both of them out onto the field.
Yeah, so you are constantly seeing them a lot all the time, and because of that, you're able to get their full effects active like consistently.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then the raid Gyutaro has really good pressure because I think you don't want to let him take a life or something. Like he gets an extra attack one way or the other.
Yeah.
You pretty much want him to hit you if
you want him to take a life. Yeah.
Yeah, if he beats you, then he stands back up.
Right. If you choose to block him, like you might as well not block him. There's no point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you're gonna die, because he'll win the battle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So he's very good. Like I said, that's what the deck does best. Only downside is that it lacks a lot of kill power behind it. Like
not having removal is kind of rough, right? Outside of the special, it doesn't remove anything.
Yeah, it doesn't remove anything. It's more so it's like you're trying to play mind games with your opponent in this set. But if your opponent knows what the deck does and knows that, hey, your whole point, you're trying to get your Gyotaros, that's the main focus, they can just target your Gyotaros to just leave your Dakis there. And it's like your Dakis ain't gonna do much on their own.
That's true.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, that's a good point. No, I think, if it had more, like, I guess just more, if any deck had more removal, would be nice. But if it also, like, tried playing into, like, double attacking more as well, or like, extra attacks or swaps just outside of that raid, it'd be nice. But I think overall, it is a really good deck. I don't know if I'd put it at A tier, though.
I would put it right behind Kurapika. I think that's the...
Damn, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, because the thing is with Kurapika is like once you have, like you said, once you have like any type of Kurapika out on your field, all you have to do is like, all right, top deck in first time. Oh, that Gyutaro's a problem. All right, bet we're sniping the freak out of it. Now your whole game plan's shot.
Very true. All right, no, I like that. I think that's fair. And again, just consistency is really nice, new.
Exactly.
Now the red Demon Slayer deck. So this was, since I didn't do any Code Geass, this was my first experience to like red rush decks in Union Arena, and like I just didn't really see it at locals, the Ashford deck. So dude, Inosuke Zenitsu, one of my favorite decks. I don't know if it's like, it probably still cooks today, because again, if it comes out as fast as it can pressure your opponent so hard.
Yeah, this deck is scary. It's scary,
to say the least.
During the Demon Slayer rare battle, I was playing Tengen and his wife, and I made it all the way up to the final round. It was like a 4-round tournament, and I had to go against the other undefeated guy. Shout outs to Joel. He was rocking Inosuke, and I know.
Oh, so it was red versus red.
Red versus red, and tell you that this deck can pop off real quickly, and it's really scary. Cause are you saying?
No, go ahead.
Because I'm gonna say, because you're playing cards like, say, your Zenitsu, which is like your damage 2. You have your Inosuke that's gonna get impact, and then if you're running like that Tanjiro in the back line, that once you tap it, it like buffs a character by 1k. So now you have damage 2, you have impact on 5k beaters that are coming out in the field super quickly. You can't keep pace with it. Like you can't keep pace with it. Even with curb heal, you can't keep pace because by the time you get your game engine online, you're already at 2 life.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So like I said, I can go on with this deck for days, but I definitely think this deck is definitely an A tier.
I have to agree. A tier does fit in where I was thinking as well, because like you said, the damage 2, the impact. Zenitsu, once he's rated, he's able to help you bring out or not bring out, but he's able to help you draw through your deck a little bit more to help you actually get some cards that you really do need to see. And it's just a good flow to helping you not only rush down your opponent, but to stay ahead of the game and not fall behind due to lack of cards in your hand, thanks to Zenitsu. And it's great.
Yeah, I was gonna say its only downfall for sure is it doesn't have the greatest triggers, and it's in red, so like obviously. But on top of that, the only downfall, the worst experience I've had with the deck, is when you mostly see your Zenitsu raids, but you don't see a double energy generator, so you literally can't play him because he's a 5. So I've had those games, bro, because there's only a few double energy gens. It's really just like the Inosuke raid that you can raid on top of, and like, I guess, who else? Nezuko?
Nezuko.
Zenitsu one, but he's a 2-action point one.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes, the color trigger. He's not a bad card. He's actually a revive, which is sick, but he's a 2 AP. So it's like, he's great until like you need to play him for the energy, and he's your only option. So those are the only downfalls to the deck. I think, oh man, I think in Volume 2 it's going to go crazy. And I heard Rengoku's getting a deck in Volume 2, I think.
He sure is.
Dude, that's so sick.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yup. So yeah, so I think it's definitely an A tier deck though, no question. Again, you do need like your key pieces. You can easily not see a key piece and it kind of make your whole thing fall apart. And meanwhile, your opponent's finally set up in time. So I think it's like, bottom of A for what we have here. You know what I mean? I would say that. What do you guys think? Or would you place it above like Rukia? Do you think the speed of it is just too much pressure?
I'm gonna be honest. I think with the speed of it, I think I could put it above Sukuna. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
it's probably more consistent.
Sukuna is kind of slower, so yeah.
My gripe with Sukuna is literally RNG. Like, I'm sorry, bro. From fingers to not seeing your seeing your 7 cost too early and stuff. You know what I mean? I've had some bad games like that for sure. But I've also had other games where like I literally like have him out by my 4th turn with 3 fingers and a Malevolent Shrine, and I'm like, how is this legal?
Exactly. Like,
so it's hard to like gauge it, you know? Exactly.
And I feel as though Inosuke is just able to beat that. But it does fall short against, like, say, Toshiro Kinpachi, because, like I say, once you start resting, your Inosuke's or Zenitsu, and especially
this deck can run out of steam, yes.
Yes. It runs out of steam. And especially your Tanjiro's on the back line, GG's, bro.
Yeah. Yup. All right, I like that. A tier. But yeah, man, this deck can end a lot of games. Now, you changed my mind on this after our last game, R. I'm not going to lie, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, a Weenie Rush deck is a Weenie Rush deck. And when you splash in double attacks on top of it, dude, and like other things too, it's not a terrible deck at all, dude.
Yeah.
I definitely like it. Well, you played it. What are your thoughts on it?
I really like it a lot. And I'm going to be real. I believe in this deck a whole bunch. And I'm thinking that, like, I want to put it right next to Inosuke. I really do. But the issue behind this deck is that it's really reliant on Tengen and the 4-2 Tengen. Whereas Inosuke, like, You can just have your Inosuke and be able to pop out, or you can just have your Zenitsu being pop out. As long as you have a
not to mention that that Inosuke Impact 1 damage 2 we didn't even talk about, that 2 AP one.
Yeah.
He just comes out set to active, Impact 1 damage 2. You're like, what?
Exactly. And the thing is with Tengen, it's that it's so much awesome, but Tengen is like, it's more so of like, you have to try to be faster than Inosuke. And I mean, that means like putting your wipes out on the front line, start swinging as early as turn 2, getting that
slip on the front line. Oh,
yeah. And like, you need to get that 1 or 2 damage early if you can to steal this game. And I'm upset I couldn't show you the other Tengen in action, which we could do at a later time.
Popping off, bro.
Yeah, but I feel as though it does come short compared to the Inosuke Zenitsu deck. So
you're talking about the 2 action point one.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But it's definitely strong. It's powerful, it's strong, and it has the consistency, but it just falls short.
A tier strong though. D, do you have any thoughts on this? Do you see this deck in action a lot? Or have you?
I do, because Art loves to play this deck a lot. Actually.
I had a feeling.
It's definitely one of his favorite decks to play. And I will have to say it's fast. It does keep the pace very heavily. I will say A tier is a good spot for it.
All right. I can settle. I mean, listen, if you guys both want to agree with it, they are almost the same deck, kinda. It's just I feel like this deck's more consistent and has more options.
Yeah, it's more consistent.
Yeah, this is too Tengen reliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. But once it comes online, I mean, it's 5 attacks, 5 attacks, and that can literally be like turn 3 or 4 with this deck.
Yeah, because once you raid this Tengen, yeah, definitely turn 4. And like I said, once you start activating its effects, like buff everything else onto the field, you're swinging with 35 4Ks, and it's like, bro.
All right, fair enough. Let's do it. I don't know who's gonna roast us for this, but we'll be running the red Demon Slayer decks when you're ready. All right. Oh shit, that's Demon Slayer. Nice.
Yeah.
Felt really quick.
All
There's
right.
like 6 decks in these other ones. All right. Go ahead, sir. What do we got next? One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. I'll go ahead and take the lead on this one because this is my
F tier.
All right, you need to chill. You need to calm down. All right, because this next thing we're gonna do is my favorite deck in all of Union Arena. I'm gonna be real. It's my favorite deck in all of Union Arena, and I'm gonna be honest. People may roast me for it. People may call me something else. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in S tier, bro. Cause
top tier, S tier. Oof. I mean, continue. You're not. I don't want to fight you on it yet.
Cause here's the thing you gotta understand. Same thing with like the Kokias Winning Rust. This deck does not play Union Arena. It ignores a key fundamental mechanic of the game, which is your APs, because you're able to just, all right, I use my AP, well, I'm gonna raid Fubuki and Tatsumaki, I'm gonna bring my restand back, I'm gonna play it again, I'm gonna sack 2 cards with Fubuki, I'm gonna bring it back, I'm gonna play it again. So now I'm now able to make plays where I can use AP 6 to 7 times as compared to the other person. And on top of that, when I'm playing cards like say the 3/1 Fubuki 2 entry cost that allows me to dig 4 cards deep into my deck to be able to find any event card to add to my hand, I'm now able to find the options that I need to take out my opponent and adapt to the situation that's handling before me. Same thing with Esper Sister, same thing with Gyotaro's search card. I'm able to dig 7 cards deep into my deck and find a Tatsumaki and a Fubuki, add them both to my hand. So if I can find both my raids, bring them out, add them to my hand, and now I have more cards into my hand, or if I just need fodder to activate Fubuki's effect, I can add more fodder into my hand. And this is all not even timing in, bro, there's a lot with this deck.
Oh, you can literally, this deck overwhelmed me when I first played it, man, literally.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, I've never played a deck in Union where you could literally have like 5 different actions you can make every AP. Like you have so many different choices.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Tatsumaki's effect, Hellish Blizzard, I can play the event card for free.
Oh yeah.
So if I have Tatsumaki and Fubuki on the field, I can pretty much do whatever the freak I want at this point.
Yeah, with rest locking and stuff, it definitely is. It top tier though, D? Would you put this top tier, or would you put it like top of A tier?
Okay. Putting my hate for the deck aside, similar to how R did for Kurapika, I do think the deck is
Kuraka.
I think it's extremely strong.
Oh yeah.
I think the deck is like one of the best decks in the game because it's able to do so much. I will say that since it has like a good amount of protection on some of the key cards in the deck, that it probably does creep a little bit into top tier, but I can also argue for a top of A because it does, or not it does, but there is a chance for it to lose out. It's just I haven't personally found it yet. So I am leaning more towards top tier than A tier.
No, it could definitely. I've had a couple games every once in a while because I've played it a few times. Where like you can do all this cool stuff. You can get these insane plays off, set your board up, and like rest stuff and whatnot. But at the end of the day, if I'm playing a deck that removes 3 cards on my turn while playing cards, like the decks might lose. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but at the end of the day, like it has everything. It really does.
Yeah, and it's like the thing is because you make a really good point that a lot of other people might point out is that, and I'll contest to this too. Attest to it, I should say. If you have more Fubukis than Tatsumakis, kill the Tatsumaki. If you have more Tatsumakis than Fubukis, kill the Fubukis. Because you need both of them to really start getting the true power of the deck. And your opponent can figure that out and just try to mess you up. The reason I would still put it in top tier is because even after they stop your game plan, the deck can just come back.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I know the fact you can pitch 2 for any event card is pretty insane.
Yeah,
really any event, no special.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, let's see.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it in top tier. I agree. I wonder how many people played it at the Gen Con, because I wonder if the right pilots would have played it, how well it would have placed, you know?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be honest. Like another good friend of ours over at the shop. His name's Mike. Shout out to Mike. I'll put my pride aside and say that he's better at this deck than me, and he's able to fully utilize every aspect of this deck. Heck, he even used combos to beat me and like some of our locals that I even knew was possible.
The pilot dependency on this is pretty insane. There's so much you can do, like I said.
Yeah, but that deck does not follow the rules of the game at all.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is this where we're leaving it then?
Yeah.
Bottom of top tier? Because I guess I would say most of these probably outbeat it if we're actually ranking these.
Yeah, like I played against Nanami Sakuna. It's a close game, don't get me wrong, but Sakuna can come out on top and beat it. I hate to say it, but it can do it.
But again, yeah, this deck, it does so much. It really depends on your build and stuff, man. It really does, because there's so many different event cards you can put in there, and you can't run them all, because then you'll just brick.
Yeah,
so you really have to pick and choose.
But yeah, like, and not even that, you also have to cite the hangout that.
Yeah, that one's, I've seen that, the for the Blizzard, right?
Yeah, that when you like use an event card and you rest it, it buffs your entire front line by 1,000. So it's like.
Yeah, which is every turn, because you're always playing event cards.
Exactly. So there's just so much you can do with this deck.
Now next, my favorite deck, one of Yellow One Punch Man. I think everyone loves this deck, right? Everyone loves Yellow Saitama.
I think it's a good deck.
Play against this?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. This deck is pressure. It's tough. I almost lost to this deck in the rare battle for One Punch Man. Long story short, I ended up taking that rare battle. You know, I'm the greatest. But this deck is tough. I didn't look at the list. I didn't pay attention to the list that the guy was running in the top 16 tournament, but the variation that I played against was running Fubuki in it.
Yeah, that's what he had. Yep, the raids.
Bro.
Yep.
Bro, you add Fubuki to this deck, it's actually scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's terrifying. You can do a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like. You gotta outpace it. You gotta try to find a way to outpace it, kill other cards, try to swing Drew, or just rest that Saitama once it gets out onto the field in order to beat it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, D. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's literally a battle of speed because once that Saitama's out, if you have a good like game plan set up, if you have a good board state, and you're able to get like 1 punches out, 2 to lower your opponent's life, even if it's just chipping at it like once because you're like not even running many 1 punches. Then you're really chipping away at your opponent's life before they even realize how much life they have left.
Yeah, no, I feel like if anything, this deck, the only reason I would leave it at a top tier, the only reason is because it can lose to itself very easily. It's playing its own game. It's finding Saitama and playing him as fast as possible. and trying to basically just outpace your opponent. And if you have like the one punch to remove cards, or if you have like Genoses to set up for defense, because this deck does have some really interesting defense, dude. It's crazy. And the build I saw from Gen Con, I think his mindset behind it was to get as many active triggers in there, because that does help the deck a ton, obviously. Because you have blockers, they're just not online yet. So I think, but again, if you don't see this Saitama by your turn 3 and then it's turn 4 and you still haven't seen him, it feels pretty bad, and it feels like you're not gonna win in time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I can say this is on the upper echelon of A tier, honestly, because it's still a pretty powerful and scary deck to go against.
Yeah, like I almost feel like it's memey, but at the end of the day, if your opponent gets him online, you can't kill him. You can't do anything. It's so terrible watching your opponent swing at your life with all Saitamas, and then they're hitting specials out of your life, and they're just like, okay, next life, please. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, like
the worst feeling.
The counter to this deck is resting. That's the counter.
Oh yeah, exactly. It can be easily countered. Actually, it also loses to weenie rushing so easily, because again, it has little to no defense besides some really good lucky turns, and it has like that 0-cost king that I like as well. Like, it does have defense, but at the end of the day, I think Red Ashford beats it every single time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
because the damage 2 is only so terrifying when you don't have bodies to give up every turn. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're
sorry, go ahead. Are we doing high A tier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do high. Actually, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna put it just behind Gazelle, because remember, Gazelle rests.
Yeah, again, I think at the end of the day, when it comes to these placements, it almost comes down to consistency. And I feel like, these two decks are almost always having a good game. Yes. And then like you start seeing these decks where it's like, okay, playing a little risky. I think this can be pretty consistent too, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair enough. Now, I haven't really played. Have you guys had much experience with the Metal Bat?
Not much.
I played it a bit at the shop against a couple of people, and it's a pretty good deck. I will say, out of all the One Punch Man decks, I have to put it at the weakest out of the set.
Surprisingly, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks on paper, it looks like it should be pretty good.
Yeah, it's just the practice of it all that it just doesn't seem like it holds up.
Yeah,
and like I don't know, I don't know about your experience with it, but like the Metal Bat raid, like he could come out set to active, I feel like, and it almost change everything. But like he comes back set rested, and it's like, oh man,
yeah,
that's not gonna save me.
Exactly. So it's like One Punch Metal Bat is another one of those bursts of feather flock together, but that's all it really has going for it for the most case. It doesn't really have anything else outside of that, and it's not as fast as like say Ashford Academy or whatnot to really like keep the pace of it.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's like a direct counter to Green One Punch. Just to always have nullify impact.
Exactly, man. So,
man, how bad is the deck though? If you play
it's not bad at all. I definitely put it in B tier. I would say I can put it like, if not right behind Gyataro, then behind Megumi, if I'm being honest.
Okay. You think? Yeah, I can see that. Because again, the hero options are really good. And it is like a faster deck. Like, it's a faster deck with pretty solid defense.
Yeah, and
I like it.
Yeah, because then you also like keep in mind, like compared to like say Yamamoto, Ichigo, and Nabara, you're also playing cards in Metal Back, like say Pig God, that when play you can kill a 3k or less BP character on play. And then and then you have Atomic Samurai, which is a 4/2, but it's also a kill 4k or less BP.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So it has a lot of good tools to keep it up there, to keep it contending with some of the better decks.
All right, fair enough. Now the next sort of meme deck, unless you can figure it out, Green One Punch. What do you guys think about this deck? I've had some experience with it.
It's so fun to play.
It's fun to play.
Whether I win or lose, I just have a good time. That's all it is.
Realistically speaking, what this deck loses to is, of course, Weenie Rush. Like, if you're running any type of rush down deck, you're going to have an advantage against this deck. But I'll be a liar if I say that you can't get Saitama out by like turn 5.
What are you saying? Like, you think you can get him out that fast, or you think it's hard to get him out consistently?
Turn 5 or 6, if you build the deck right, which it is possible, you can consistently get Saitama out because of how much you're able to put cards into your sideline to be able to get that other bit of energy generation, and because of how many 2 and even 3 cost energy generating cards you play into the deck, you're able to get that energy up fairly quickly to bring out that Saitama. And not only that, you do play cards to help protect you, like the Genos with double block, to protect you long enough to be able to get the Saitama out to the field to start swinging in for game.
Yes. Like some of the main things that I think hold this deck back are, of course, the 15 energy for Saitama, as well as some of the like the raid king that's not able to either to attack or block. So if he is on the front line to help you generate your energy a little bit quicker, it is kind of a risk because that's one less blocker you have, that's one less attacker you have. But by the time you get out, or if you're able to get your engine out, aka your Saitama with your damage 7, your impact 3, then you're playing an entirely different game than your opponent now. They are playing survival of the fittest, you are playing punch until they die. And it's a fun little gambit that you're playing throughout the entire build-up of the game.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think just at the end of the day, it's a little bricky is the only issue, because you basically need the king raids. And if you don't see them early enough, it can feel kind of bad. I also feel like the Genoses are really important key pieces, and man, there's a lot of games where I don't see a Genos and I'm just like craving a Genos. But I mean, someone was playing it at Gen Con and they were doing pretty good with it. I was hearing some people at locals talking about it, and one of the homies was talking about a plan that he might have with it, swearing you can get Saitama out by like turn 4 or 5. But I think a lot of it's relying on like obviously getting your king raid out as soon as possible, hoping your king raid doesn't get sniped or whatever, doesn't get removed from the front line, because that's been my experience with the deck. Like, I'll have turns where I get the Silver Fang and a king out, and I'm feeling good about it, but then they just remove like everything, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it has a shield, but if they hit that weak point of his shield, the shield kind of just shatters, and now you're just left wide open, hoping that you can survive long enough to get Saitama out onto the field.
Right. So what do you guys think? I personally would put it like low A. I feel like it's one of like the riskiest decks, but also like can be pretty consistent and also pop off sorta. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I definitely was gonna say A tier because like I feel like it does perform slightly better than Kurapika, and I do feel like it's not as good as like a lot of the decks that we have in A tier right now because the lack of consistency really. So I do think like low bottom of A tier is like a perfect spot.
Yeah.
Are you happy with this, or would you fight for a higher placement?
I think at this point we can start turning the placements a little bit, because I would say from bottom of A tier it would be Shizaku, Sukuna, Saitama, then Rukia. I think that would be the best bet for it.
Oh, you think Rukia is underneath Saitama?
No, Rukia is above Saitama, and then Sukuna will be below Saitama.
Damn, really? That's crazy. I think I'm gonna see my Sukunas with Malevolent Shrines and Fingers set up faster and more consistently than the Saitamas, I think.
Because
I think so too.
Well, you gotta think like they take similar amounts of times to set up. Because like I said,
there's a pretty big difference. I don't know. I think it can kind of be close though. I think it could probably kind of be close.
Yeah,
I guess the main difference between the Sukuna and the Saitama is that if you get Sukuna out on like your last life, it's kind of hard to come back, versus with a Saitama on your last life, there's still that chance with the damage 7 that maybe they don't hit a final in life.
Yeah, I guess that's possible, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then keep in mind, like say with Saitama, it's like he can't be target like he can't be, I can't remember the specific word. It's either he can't be killed or can't be removed. I don't know which one.
He can't be removed
from the field.
Yeah, he can't be removed.
No, he's a great, like, listen, once he comes out, I would hope you're winning the game. That's my mindset with the card.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problems with Saitama himself. My issue with it is getting up to him consistently.
Yeah.
If you don't see a king raid, it's probably not going to happen, I imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know, from my experience, when they constantly remove my kings and my silver fangs, I just feel hopeless.
Yeah, you make a pretty good point, because tally in. Like say if they're running the bounce raid Yuchi and they're bouncing your kings and your silver fangs back to your hand, they are setting you back another turn. So
yeah, and not every deck is removing stuff, but every deck is probably gonna have a special, obviously, and then most decks do have some form of removal. I feel like, so I don't know, just from my experience, definitely hurts. But if you get those games, man, where you get to keep them alive for a few turns, it's pretty freaking crazy, no question.
Exactly.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. Debatable. I mean, we'll have to see this will be an interesting matchup right here. Sukuna versus One Punch.
Yeah. Hey, we can set up for another head-to-head battle, man.
I'd have to do it, bro. I'm telling you. I think I can get Sukuna out pretty fast. Maybe. It's literally just an RNG battle at that point.
Exactly.
Where are my fingers? Where's my Genos?
Please.
All right, sick. All right, so then, who's this? Sonic? Speed of Sound Sonic?
Yep.
What do you guys think? I like this deck.
I like it.
I think this deck is heavily underrated. I think a lot of people sleep on how scary this deck is and how fast this deck is. He's not called Speed of Sound Sonic just in title. He means he earned that title, man. Cause like, you play so many Speedo Sound Sonics. That's all you're mainly playing in the deck is Speedo Sound Sonics. And especially with your raid Speedo Sound or the 4-2 Speedo Sound with the reoccurring effect of being able to swap it out with another Speedo Sound Sonic, it's another deck that's able to just swing wide, honestly.
Yeah, it's very consistent with it too, because like the main thing that you have to focus on with the deck is having 3 or less cards in your sideline. And it's very easy to get rid of cards in your sideline thanks to all the Speed of Sound Sonic effects that say, hey, remove cards from your sideline from the game in order to get this effect or that effect. And then it allows you to then use your Speed of Sound Sonics to either switch out with one another or heck, even just draw some extra cards and do something a little bit extra just to put pressure on your opponent and steal the advantage of the game away from them.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but I even splashed in Boros into this deck, and I think he actually plays pretty well with it too. Just even like you're playing this fast game, but somehow your opponent's starting to turn it around. Well, once you get down to that, what is it, combined total of 4 or less, Boros just comes out and seals the deal. And again, like with the draw power and stuff, I imagine you're kind of hitting it consistently. And there's pretty good double energy generation. Yeah, I think like you said, it's pretty underrated. I think for a red rush deck, it kind of pops off.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, on a ranking, I would put it above Inosuke. I'm gonna be honest.
They literally just next to each other, the red rush decks.
Yeah, I was really thinking like right next to the other red rush.
I would hope he's better than the older ones.
Oh yeah.
Their actual differences in years.
Yeah, because like you said, give and take, like you said, when you're swinging right, you are swapping with cards on your back line. And again, Toshido, he rests your entire back line. What you gonna do?
No, literally. What are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? Now, Garo, I don't know if man, this deck, I just feel like he should have been a different color with what he was trying to do. Did you guys try this deck out?
I did try it out, and I have to get a different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that gave me PTSD, bro.
Flashbacks,
bro.
But yeah, I feel like by the time I got like whatever he needed in the, what was it, cards in the sideline, or what was he playing for again?
What was
I
it?
think he's building up the sideline, right? Because Sonic's doing the opposite.
He needs 15 or more cards in the sideline. That's
how I remembered it. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like you could do it and stuff, but it's just like by the time you get to it, your opponent could do so much more.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like you said it best, Wabble. It's like they put him in the wrong color, bro. Like,
yeah, if he was in blue, he had some draw power with some trash power. It'd be crazy. And I think he did have some of that, but just in red, there wasn't enough of it.
Exactly. So I will go ahead and say he's just right under Kurapika, honestly. I'll put him.
You think it's B tier? Yeah, I guess I could see him beating some of these decks. I just feel like he's so slow. I could see him losing to Old Man, honestly.
Yeah, you can put him out there.
All right, like, is he getting, who's winning the battle? 15 in sideline or getting my full backline pushed up with the 7? Because he got some good support in volume too.
Exactly. Yeah. So Yampo would probably definitely beating him out.
I like that. I think that's good. You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. We don't hate you, Garo. We wish you got better, bro. Volume 2. All right, and then the SAO set. I've got some opinions on these for sure.
Before we start, let's say, rest in peace to SAO. Like, what could have been?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to SAO, bro. Like,
it's not over though. What do you mean?
Yeah, rest in peace.
It just came out, bro.
Rest in peace.
It's over.
I don't know, man. I've seen these decks still cook. Mainly these two right here.
Yeah, yeah. Like we'll get to it when we get to it, but
we'll get to it. Fair enough. Starting with the, I don't even know what this deck would be called. The Alice deck.
Trash.
Yeah.
Trash. Bottom.
Okay. Let's give it some benefit of the doubt here.
It's
Kirito's in the deck.
yeah,
That's true.
good.
He does have double attack on a 2-action point though.
Exactly. Oh yeah, true. 2 actions.
Two actions. Oh, 35 as well.
Yeah.
Not great.
Oh yikes.
Oh, man.
the deck lose to itself, bro. I hate to say it,
Yeah. So the thing that, and I did see this card in Volume 2. The thing that sucks about it is that you need Kirito and what's the other dude's name?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh. You need them both for a lot of effects. You can do effects with either or, but the best effects come from having both of them on the same line. And I don't think there's a lot of Kirito options or even good ones. But with Volume 2, I already saw that there's a card that has both of them in a card. It's a Kirito and what was his name again? Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh card. So I feel like that name situation's gonna be solved in the second volume, but that really hurt it with how it's set up now.
Yeah, cause like I'm gonna be honest. SAO came out, especially in the West, it came out too late into the game's lifespan.
Fair enough.
It should have came out when like say Bleach and Hunter or even JKK come out. Because when you actually look at what some of these decks are trying to do, you can tell that even the people that created that didn't know the game plan. Like these decks didn't have like a really concrete game plan versus decks that got released later out in the game's lifespan. So I can't justify putting Alice, like I like Alice as a character, everything, but I can't putting it above D tier, so I have to put it.
Damn, you think this is a D tier deck? It's that unusable?
It loses.
It's got the yellow color trigger.
Even with the level, I hate to say it, but it just lose, man. It like.
Yeah, I think it. You don't think bottom of C?
Nah, I can't.
D, any input?
I have absolutely none because I've seen nothing about this deck.
Okay. That's my experience with it. There's multiple cards that are asking for both Yu-Gi-Oh and Kirito, and there's not a great way to get that set up just yet. So I guess D it is, man.
Yeah.
It's got some cool abilities though. Like she's just a straight up removal. You can remove a 4K, sideline a 4K on raid.
She has some good. She has some good effects. It's like. What were your guys doing with these other cards when you made them, bro? Like,
yeah, fair enough. And I haven't tried it enough to really fight for it. But I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if after playtesting, it was a C tier. I'm not gonna lie. But again, I have no idea because again, I haven't seen or heard much about it. So, yeah. But this other yellow one looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is a pretty strong deck.
It's a strong deck.
In the SEO set, it's a good deck because you have a mix of the whole resting mechanic as well as board control. Like with Asuna, you have what's it called? I can't remember. It's like something about land manipulation, where you literally get to choose 2 cards on the front line and energy line for your opponent, and you can switch them to resting. And if you choose 2 cards, then you can also switch their positions. So you're able to switch your opponent's frontline cards with their energy line cards. And then with Sinon, you're able to get some snipes off based on how much life you have left, and it really helps out with some of the power that's needed for the deck.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like I don't even think you mentioned it. You can also stick your opponent's character onto the backline when you do that, when you swap them. I think you have to be at 4 or less. That's the only part of the deck that people didn't love. Was a lot of the effects are locked behind being at 4 or less life, and some of the cards take your own life, which at least you're adding the card to hand. But in the right pace of game, you might want to do that. I've literally played decks where like they're just taking their own life. I'm like, what are you doing? But they're down to 4 and they play raid cards, dude, and they're getting all the effects. I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. Because you can like stick the character to their energy line so they can't move them up. The Sinon gets like, does she get snipe and impact or just snipe?
Just snipe.
No, she gets just impact at 2 or less.
So she can get it all. Like I'm saying, you get yourself down to 2 and then you just send it. This deck can be crazy. Now, I think again, there's just other decks that overshadowed it, like especially Blue SAO, which everyone loved. But I also heard that in the second volume, because so many people that I heard talking about it were already talking about Volume 2s, which let's just enjoy what we have now, right? But they were talking about how you actually get to regain life in the second volume. Like, you get to add life to your own life. Like, it's going to be crazy. So,
Bro,
on top
that's
of
insane.
taking it, you're adding it back and stuff. So, they're just looking forward to that. I think it still plays pretty well, though. You got to be at 4 less life.
Yeah, and that's the scary thing, especially you're going against like a rushdown deck, and it's like they're already taking that life from you anyway. It's like you're playing a dangerous game. You're playing a dangerous game.
Yes.
And I would imagine if you play the game naturally and you don't take all of your own life, like, it could work out pretty well, you know? You'd naturally go down to 4 and then start popping it all.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like, it's maybe like a high risk, high reward sort of deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where were we placing it, though? It does have really cool abilities.
I can see it in B tier, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe like under Kurapika, maybe?
That's a good question.
Let's see. I'd say a little bit. I'd say definitely above Nobara somewhere.
Okay,
I feel like
fair enough.
the resting mechanic is better than that. Just slightly better than Nobara, like the whole control side of things.
And I feel like in general, when you have like just two different raid cards in your deck, like, you're just gonna perform better just because raiding is strong. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's just so much that really helps it in that regard. Is it better than Blue Ichigo? I want to almost say I'm not gonna lie. I almost want to say it's like right there.
Yeah, I can agree with it right there, honestly, because like
I'm not gonna lie. Yellow Megami goes crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. I can see it there.
I'm happy with it. Now, the high rolliest deck in Union Arena, Blue SAO. Are you gonna brick or are you attacking 7 times in one turn?
There's one way to find out, and that's to play the game.
Exactly, bro.
And I bricked. That's my luck.
Yeah. It's high roll. Like I said, I played against games against this deck where I destroy it. I play against with it, but I get completely face rolled. I'm like, bro, what the freak happened, bro?
How is that legal? Is it top tier though, or is the risk making it an A tier?
I feel like the risk is just too much. It has to go in A tier, I feel. But I will say
I can
high
see that.
A tier.
Yeah, no, it's definitely high for sure. Like, cause it's literally, I want to say a better Tanjiro Nezuko, but again, them playing out of sideline is its own thing. Like, that's really good. I would say it is above them though, because it also has really good raids, which this deck only has the 2 raid options. The draw consistency can be pretty insane also, especially with what's her name, the pink hair girl.
Lisbeth.
Yeah, Lisbeth.
Lisbeth, yes. I've been watching Attack on Titan after watching Black Clover, so I'm like, so many characters.
The names are all over the place.
Literally. Yeah, Lisbeth, yeah. So like, yeah, there's really good draw options in it too, which just makes the deck flow. What's something crazy, last time I was playing it, I was running 4 of the 5 cost Kiritos.
Yeah.
But I was actually hearing that people usually cut him down to like 2 or so, just because he's just too big, and that's been my experience with the deck, is when you brick with him in hand, or you can't play him.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense though, because like I feel like when it comes to that, you gotta really pick and choose who you're playing or who you're using.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. And there's there are some double energy generating options in there for sure, but with a fast running deck, 5 costs can get in the way.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right, I like that though. I think that works good. And then Blue ALO. Tell me one of you guys have played this deck.
I built this deck. I love playing this deck so much.
I've seen it. I just haven't really tried it. What do you think?
It's a fun deck. I don't think it's like really strong, but it is a fun deck to play nonetheless. It revolves completely around manipulating your opponent's BP, because Leafa's whole ability is, as long as you have, I think it was 5 or more cards in your hand, you're able to sneak past your opponents because she can't be blocked by 4K or more. And then there's another Leafa that when it's played, you can target a card on your field that can't be blocked by 3K or less. So pretty much that only leaves 3,500 that's able to block. And that combined with cards like World Tree, which are able to bounce cards back to your hand, like the Leafa that targets 3K or less and makes them not be blocked by 3K or less, sorry. But World Tree also can buff up your opponent's board, therefore putting them above 4K, therefore making it so that Leafa can sneak past them as well. And it's a lot of weird like mechanics like that. And it does have a good search engine with Land of Fairies, because you get to look at the top 4 cards of your deck, I believe. It's like 4 or 5 or something. But you get to add 2 ALO cards from those cards that you search
One of those.
to your
Nice.
hand. and it's really good because adding 2 to your hand is always better than adding 1.
And not having to trash too.
Yeah, not having to trash is icing on the cake.
Yep. All right, yeah, fair enough. No. I think it could be a sleeper deck, but at the same time, it can just kind of like you said. I think a lot of the abilities, you have to have 5 or more in hand, right?
Yeah.
Which you would, I think, with how the deck works, you should be at 5 or more a lot of the time. But you might surprise yourself when you go to attack and you're like, no fucking way, and you're at 4. Like I could see that being disappointing for sure. And then obviously on the defensive end, probably not blocking much because I don't think it's even running any 4Ks, right?
I mean, I run 4K Kirito.
Oh, the double attack. I have seen that actually.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the raid Kirito, yeah. I do run him because, you know, the double attack's able to get some extra attacks in.
Oh yeah, that's just so good.
Sneak attacks through. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's fair.
It's a good card to put into your deck to spice it up.
That's true. I can see that. No, I like that. All right, well, as someone who is running the deck and you do like it, where would you honestly put it? Is it A tier?
See, I want to put an A tier. I want to.
Would you actually?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Be honest.
I'm gonna be honest and put it at the very, very, very bottom of B tier.
Oh, you're squeezing it into B tier. Are we letting this happen?
Hey man, he played the deck a whole lot more than me. I barely touched this deck, so he knows.
It's not a top of S, it's a bottom of B. I mean, listen, I can see it. I can see somebody getting completely caught off guard and like they just can never block your attacks. And it does have a lot of board flood potential from what I remember reading and stuff, like it's playing extra cards and setting them to active.
Yeah.
No, I can see it. I can see it working.
For anyone in the comments, before you ask, wait, why did he put it in B tier and not C tier? Well, I'm only using a single game for my B tier placement, and that's when R went up this guy at our shop, lost, but got the guy down to like, I think it was like 4 life, and then I went up against the same person with the same deck, with the Lifa deck, got him down to 2 life. I still lost, but I got him down to 2 life, so I did better than R, which makes me want to put it in B tier.
Which deck was it?
Yamamoto.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough. That's hilarious. All right. No, I mean, listen, again, I don't doubt it. The deck isn't terrible at all. And again, like, more than anything, without a doubt, got overshadowed by the other blue SAO deck, no question.
Very easily.
But no, again, board rushing, your opponent not having a choice but to just take the attacks. Oh, and that's my favorite part about those decks where it's like 4K and higher can't block usually, right?
Yeah.
Some of them. So it's like they hit an active trigger and it's like, well, that doesn't help.
My friend.
Yeah, it's such a great feeling. All right, no. I think people would be surprised in some games for sure. All right, and then, oh man, I'll be honest, I think I'm going to rank this one lower. Have you guys seen this deck in action?
I have.
Take it away, D. That's all you.
Thoughts?
Yeah, it's thoughts and prayers because it is rough.
Yeah.
It's not a great deck to run. You can have chances where it's like, oh sweet, I hit the Yuki and Mo's Rosario threshold, but then at the same time it's like, what do I do now? Like,
yeah, and that Yuki killing itself just does not seem justified.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't it 2 action points?
Yeah, I think it is. It's 2 action points.
Does a lot.
It comes out active. It does some stuff, and then when it dies, it rests a card. So I mean,
that's true. You can block with it because it's already going to kill itself and block an attack. That's true. It's not the worst.
Yeah, and then I mean, worst case scenario, even if you do block with it and it stays alive somehow till the start of your next turn, when it does die, you rest your opponent's
attack
card on the front line. Yeah, so that's one extra card that can probably go through an attack. Since
all right, I'm hating on the Yuki too much, but this card does need a lot in the sideline to get all of its effects, right?
Yes. It
That I remember.
6.
Oh man, see, it's reminding me. I'm looking at pizza as we talk about it. I feel like it's gonna be right around there, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. I was literally about to say like perfect because it's just it's there's too much holding it back for me to want to say anything else.
Because like if you don't have this card set up with its abilities, it's like a 4K raid. Like that's kind of just all it is. And it's like, come on.
Put her under pizza. I just looked it up. It's actually 8.
It's 8. Oh it's my 8. God. Yeah. Now it is. Now the only difference is there's only like 1 pizza affinity or something, and this is 2 different cards or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's true actually.
But still, it's like 8 though. It's like, come on.
Yeah, that's a bit excessive.
Yeah. No, and again, playtesting could be done, but at the end of the day, I think And again, like it's not removing anything, right? It's not getting extra attacks off or anything.
No, it like gets impact. No, it gets damage 2, and then it can't be blocked with 3k or less BP.
Yeah, and again, that can be great. Like if all the stars align, sure. But I'd rather just play a raid that kills something.
Yeah, most definitely.
Literally, fair enough. All right, I like that though. And again, like there's worse decks maybe. We'll see. This would be a fun tournament.
All the bottom tier decks, yeah.
Yeah, pick a bottom tier deck, see which one performs the best. All right, and then there's Green Kirito, the Karapika killer? Question mark?
Man, bro, I freaking wish, bro. I was so happy when I first saw Sinnoh. I'm like, bro, this gonna be Kurapika. All the PTSD is about to be forgotten. I'm gonna have a good time. Then I looked at the card and I realized, why doesn't Sinnoh have impact?
Yes.
Like,
no impact. And it's not the worst because it is nice not getting specialed from your swing, but
but it's like,
impacts are nice.
It's literally, like, I have to say it as it is. It's the bootleg version of Kurapika, man. Like
More or less.
Like, it has the same exact type of special as Kurapika with Emperor's Time, because Ultimate Ratio does literally the same exact thing. You have a good amount of Sinnohs who run into the deck to use Ultimate Ratio quite consistently. It's just that, why doesn't the raid Sinnoh has innate impact to do pretty much what Kurapika does, to snipe you and swing the damage through. So
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, like I do understand though, because you are playing the Kirito, which is like a 7-drop and it has damage 2 and impact 1. And trust me, that card is busted once it gets the engine going and be able to buff other characters and that much. But the thing is like, when you tally in the 3 energy cost, 2 energy generating Kirito, what it does, it digs 4 cards deep for it digs 4 cards deep for a Gun Gale online affinity card, but you can't get another Kirito.
Can't be a Kirito. He suffers from the Krollo Surge, dude.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
And he's like, you're not running that Kirito, a double energy gen to raid on top of later, but he might bottom deck your fucking Kirito raids.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, bet, dig 4 cards deep, and I see 2 Kirito raids where I'm like, bruh.
I'll take a neon over that, bro. I'll be honest.
Yeah, really.
I'll be honest, man.
Yeah, so it's like,
not a one-to-one comparison, but
it's not a one-to-one comparison, and it's just like, again, the deck kind of just loses against itself. Like, it's good, it has the consistency, it just loses to itself.
yeah, and I've seen it do good, and like you said, the consistency can be really nice. And like when you do have, there's like a Xenon and a Kirito non-raids, they're like 4 costs that have abilities when you buff them up. Like those can all like stack and pop off, but like it's a little bit of setting up for sure, and cannot play well. At the end of the day, having 8 snipe impacts, if you're comparing the two, is just better in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just overall better. So it's like, it's a bit of, like I said, it's a bit of a disappointment for Green Kirito. I just wish it did exactly what Kurapika could do.
Now, are they like right next to each other? 'Cause I wouldn't say it's much worse, but is it much worse? I don't know.
Nah, like
Placing it.
Asuna Sinnoh is definitely beating it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, yellow's definitely beating it.
Fair.
But
honestly, maybe Metal Bat, because of the fact that he has Nullify Impact too, so the Snipe Impact won't even really affect him much.
Well, if we're comparing the decks like against each other, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
But other than that, I would put him above Metal Bat.
Yeah. I don't know which deck I would choose over these two. I don't know. It's definitely somewhere in this range.
Yeah,
we'll put them next to each other.
I'll put it right there.
That works. Damn, yeah, but no, I agree. I think the biggest killer, though, for sure, is that I've seen it literally when my opponents play it. One of the homies at the locals loves this deck. But, like, it's happened in almost every game that he searches, and he's not happy when he plays that Kirito to search.
And the thing is, you need the energy so you can play the Kirito.
Yeah, no, it's like you're not cutting that card. Because he's also, I assume there's not many Kiritos to raid on top of, especially with double energy generation. So, like, yeah, you're not cutting that card. Yeah, well, rest in peace to SAO. You got one high roll deck.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But like you said, now you had a really good point though. Like they really did drop SAO a little too late. Like even just compared to One Punch Man, that got a global release right before it. It should have been at least before One Punch Man. Like they should have swapped them. But I'm sure because of like releases and stuff, they couldn't do that. Who knows?
I got you.
All right, fair enough. All right, Black Clover. These are some fun decks.
Some really fun decks.
Really
Not
are.
the greatest decks, I'm gonna be honest. Did you guys ever try Black Bulls, dude?
A little.
I haven't tried Black Bulls too much, so I don't know too much about Black Bulls, so I'm being honest.
It's a little disappointing. It was fun, but a little disappointing. You said you tried it, D?
Just a little bit. It's not what I thought it was gonna be. I definitely thought I would see a lot more like of the characters coming from the sideline, because that's what it seemed like if they were trying to go for with a lot of the cards. But it just seems like I don't know, it just felt like Asta low-key didn't hold everything together as well as I thought he would.
Yeah, and like, so my favorite part about it was we got the Black Bulls hideout and Henry. That combo is so fun.
It's so cool.
They really cooked. It was, I think that this might be the first set where the sight has the affinity. And like, I think they're just starting to do that because the Briggs has a sight that's a Briggs affinity too.
Yeah.
But like, for example, Yamamoto, I don't know if it would the Soul Society have 13th Court Guard Squad? Would that make sense? Not really, huh?
Wait, what's the question?
The Soul Society field
green
card,
card?
it doesn't have the 13th Core Guard Squad affinity. You know what I'm talking about?
I get what you're saying. No, I don't think it does. It doesn't.
Does it canonically? Does that make sense though?
I have to doubt.
I guess technically it does canonically make sense because the Soul Society is supposed to be like the entirety of the afterlife and not just the 13th guard.
Yeah, okay. Because like that, for example, though, like that, I don't run that sight card because now I have a card on the field that's not the 13 Core Guard Squad, you know?
Exactly.
But the Black Bulls completely changed that because now you literally have that affinity which you need. But yeah, like there's no triggers in the deck, which sucks. Oh, and the way they split up purple, there's not really much variation. You really just have what the Black Bulls are there, and then that's it. There's not much choices outside of it, which kind of hurts it.
Exactly.
You can't really mix and mingle like you can with many other decks.
Hell, I feel like the best card was Luck.
No, for real.
Playing that card set to active over and over was so nice, but that was kind of it.
That's pretty much all I really had going for. So it's a little bit of a disappointment, but it is what it is.
Yeah, so where we put in Asta? Man, Black Bulls. I mean, when the deck works, it does have some removal and stuff, but it isn't great. What do you guys think?
I would say C, man. I'm gonna say C tier.
Yeah, I don't think it's D.
Yeah, it's definitely better than better than all those decks I'm looking at right now.
It's definitely beating Alice. It's definitely beating Alice, bro.
So yeah, somewhere in C fits well with me.
I can see it like maybe above Baja, maybe like right here.
Yeah.
I want to put it above Zoldyck too. I want to.
Yeah, I think either or is interchangeable, honestly.
All right. Yeah, again, the rankings within the tiers are interchangeable for sure, but we're happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right.
This is just a visual pleaser then.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess we can just go ahead and jump into the next deck, which is another one of my personal favorites.
Yep.
Dark Triad, man.
Okay, tell us about Dark Triad.
So I'm a say it right now. Dark Triad is incredibly consistent. Like everything in the deck just works. It works well. It works with each other. They play off of each other very well to be able to just deck yourselves out, having at least 3 of each individual Dark Triad on the field, and then having your tree out onto the field as well to be able to just win the game from deck out. And not even just from just deck out, but also just being able to have cards to place out onto your field to be able to buy enough time for you to deck out and still even apply a bit of pressure. So it's a really well-rounded deck. The downside of it is that it loses to a lot of heavy removal decks, unfortunately, or even rest style decks. Any removal style deck or any resting style deck, it just loses to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because say you're running your 2 Ray Dantes that when attacking it mills 2 which you gotta be attacking with them. So if they say they drop a Toshido or you're playing against Gazelle and you're just constantly resting your junk, you can't really swing with them now because
fair.
you can't trigger your effects. And you also have to rest Tree to order to decide to draw a card and sideline another card as well. So a lot of it really revolves around hoping that your opponent doesn't interact with you so you can kind of do the things you want to do. But once your opponent starts sticking their fingers all onto your field and whatnot, it's kind of like your whole game plan is shot, unfortunately.
Yeah, and so you feel like it does have the chance to mill itself out though in the right games?
Oh yeah, I was able to mill myself multiple times against like even like a couple of B and A tier decks. I was able to mill myself out, but out of 5 matches, I'm probably winning 1 or 2 of those matches, being honest.
Oh damn. Now, yeah, one of my favorite things that I've seen with the deck is the combinations in the raids, how they work, especially like in the end game where I think that happened with one of our games, right? Where you raid with Dante, I believe, and then you minus like 2 cards by 1,000.
Yeah, so...
And then the other card, the Xenon, can't be blocked by 3Ks, so you just get like a guaranteed attack off.
Exactly. So you're getting the attack off, and then you're also triggering the Xenon's additional effect to be able to draw a card, which also helps towards your overall deck out plan. So,
and then that too, yep.
Mm-hmm. And even then, you're also following up with like, it's something of the Demon Key. It's a kill spell, which now you're able to kill a card because you draw Lord of BP, and then draw an additional card on top of that. So everything, you have a lot of combo plays with the deck to be able not only to draw your cards, but to get past your opponent's defenses and even just draw more vocal cards. I mean, with Vanica, like the 3-2 Vanica paired with the 3-1 Zeno that sacks, that's 4 cards deep you're digging. But all that is for naught if they kill all your stuff to do your game plan, so you can't really start triggering your combo plays or really benefit off your raid plays, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. And then also another thing too, if you play against Boogie Woogie and Nanami, they don't kill your stuff, they put it to the bottom, so now that's 1 extra turn.
Add to your problem.
Yeah. So overall, I would definitely say this deck is definitely B tier. I would say I would put it just above Yamamoto, if I'm being honest.
Just above Yamamoto. Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of times I played against Yamamoto and I beat it more times than not.
That's hilarious. That specific matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. Yeah, and again, like it has more of like a game plan and general flow, and I don't think the cards cost a lot either, so you're not really like risking breaking a lot with it either.
Exactly. So you don't have to worry about a lot of bricks. I think probably you hardly ever get a lot of bricks in your deck because you're able to just mill and cycle through the deck so well to find the cards you're looking for.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But better than Muzan, I would agree, right?
Yeah, definitely better than Muzan.
More consistent than Muzan, yeah.
Definitely more consistent.
Now, the Green Rivals deck, I don't think this deck gets enough love. When I see this deck pop off, it does a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, I just don't think it has the removal outside of the specials that makes people want to play it. I don't know, have you guys seen this deck in action? It's kind of crazy, the Rivals deck.
Yes, Green Rivals is a very powerful deck. Honestly, when I think of like comparisons, I compare it to Blue Bomber if it was done right. And that's because Green Rivals also, like, you know how it literally dances around the top card of your deck being 3 energy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like benefits of there being that chance of, hey, I get to put 1 card from my hand on top of my deck. So I know that card that I put on top of my deck is going to be a 3 energy card. So now when it comes time for my Yuno to look at the top card of my deck, I'm able to get some really high level plays off of it. Like I'm able to raid out an Asta from the top of my deck or get some other crazy plays from it. It's really good. And then Julius and even the site, what was it? The Magic Kingdom?
The Clover Kingdom? Yeah. Clover Kingdom,
good.
And you can just play that for free. It's crazy.
It's so good, bro. Like
it's a really good deck. And like you said with the Wizard King Julius, like that color trigger is so strong. The deck reorganization.
It's so good.
Yeah. No, I think the deck's good. Again, I've just seen it like run out of steam a little bit because then you're also, I mean, again, I was going to say you run out of energy, but besides the the entire deck is 3 or less, which is really nice too. So I think it could definitely surprise some people for sure. I just think the lack of your traditional like it's not rushing out the cards fast enough to call it like a rush deck, in my opinion. And it's not getting like extra attacks off with restands, and it's not removing anything. So I feel like just that extra key component is kind of holding it back.
Yeah, it feels like it's just like a weird standalone deck that doesn't really fall under any archetype in.
Yeah.
general.
But you can get some insane like free plays off with it, so it can definitely do some stuff, no question.
Yeah. So
Now,
I
where do
am
we
looking
place
at
it though? What do you think?
Oh, this is tough actually. I'm thinking like
I'm honest. I would put it like right under Kurapika.
Oh, you want to put it like top
Really?
of B? Interesting. I feel like it should go like around here. What do you think? Where would you put it, D?
I'm thinking
You
B
think it's
tier as
C?
well.
Okay, you're thinking B
B
tier
tier
at
as well.
least.
Yeah, no, because what you said to me about how everything in the deck is pretty much 3 or less energy outside of the it's the same thing with the Leafa deck. So that made me think, okay, but this deck is way better than the Leafa deck, I would say. So definitely above Leafa, so B tier is great. I'm thinking, I don't know, I'd say above Asuna.
The yellow Asuna?
Yeah.
I can see it.
This is like
Just remember though, dude, once
you know-
this deck gets sniped and stuff, it gets crazy, I feel like. With the board manipulation.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Again, I think what literally is setting... Like, I think that's... Like, I mean, this card has double attack, and there's, like, resting and stuff in this deck. But I feel like what's really setting these decks apart is that they have pretty strong forms of removal. Maybe Gyutaro and Daki... I don't know why they're so high up. But they're not a bad deck either, though. They're pretty consistent. And that search card's good. Maybe we drop them down, but again, I can see them working as well.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I think I'm happy with this. Would you guys want to move it up or lower?
I don't think you make a fair point. Like I said,
I
with the
love it.
snipe and the different points of removal, it kind of just it kind of just lose to that. And also, you make a fair point. I think we could just drop Daki and Gyutaro just under Kirito as well.
Yeah, you think it's time? Did they go down a few rankings?
Yeah.
But they do pop off. I've seen them work, dude. And like they have that really good search card that just changes so much.
Exactly. Like I said, but it's just one of those decks that's like it's gonna lose to a removal based deck.
Yeah. And again, Union Arena, a lot of decks are probably going to lose to like a straight removal deck. But with that said, these decks they're doing quite a bit. I mean, listen, this deck, I've seen it at 2 life, bro. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
When it's all online, it's crazy. All right, and then the Captain's deck. I saw a lot of people talking about this deck, and I did like it, but I think it underperformed for me. Did you guys ever try it?
I played it actually quite heavily at the shop a lot. I think, let's see. I would say that it's like in the middle ground, and what I mean by that is that it does work on having all your captains out onto your field and just having like triggering effects. I will say the core aspect of the deck does rely on, say, 1, getting Meliodas out onto the field, and 2, having a lot of your 4K captains out on the field to start really benefiting from them. But in similar fashion with, like, say, the Asta deck and, like, say, the Gyutaro deck, it kind of just loses the flat-out removal. Like, once you start picking off your key pieces to, like, get everything working together, the deck kind of just falls off afterwards.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like the Mariolona, like she's such an important key piece because like she can re-stand those cards too. So like once you have that rated card out, you can have some pretty insane turns. You can like play a captain rested and with her main ability, literally re-stand it and buff it. So the deck can go crazy. It's just like you said, once Mariolona's there, or like if you don't see her or if she's gone right away, it can kind of run out of steam and sort of feel bad, I feel like.
Exactly. So the deck is very reliant on Meliodas. I would say it's relying on Meliodas and Yami in a sense. Like those are the two key cards.
Yami for sure.
Yeah.
I was just about to bring up Yami himself because he also gets the ability to buff up as well. So that does help some of the captains hit their abilities as well. It's just like you said, it's too detrimental to the game if you don't see the
Mariolona. I think people call her Sisgolion.
Yeah.
I only know her because of the narrator though. He's like Marielona Vermilion. I'm like, okay.
But yeah, man, like pretty powerful deck. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, once you take care of those key pieces, the deck falls off, and you can't really rebuild from that.
Yeah, and like I want to say the same about Kurapika, but it really isn't true. Like, there's so many Kurapikas,
bro.
that you
like
can just slap that special onto, and they're so good.
Yeah, you don't
Or,
need
like,
Raid
even just
Kurapika to
color,
win,
like-
bro.
Like the raid is very important, and it feels terrible if you don't see it. But it has some hope outside of it, and the captain's kind of does too. But man, you feel that missing key piece for sure.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
But it's really good, and she is a 5K, right? So once she's on board, if she doesn't get removed, because you gotta consider both, right? You really do. You get her back for a turn. It's crazy. Where would you guys place her? Definitely not C, obviously.
No, definitely not.
I would obviously say under Kurapika, though. I think.
Yeah, I think that works under Kurapika.
I'm thinking, yeah, like up with the characters that we classified earlier are like in a league of their own, but like she's like at the bottom of those characters, I feel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, no, because the deck can go crazy. Like it can go crazy, but I think that's a good spot for it for sure.
Yeah.
It also, it does have draw power. I actually, one of my last builds on it, I was doing a 2/2 color split because I really like the Julius, the Wizard King, and he's a double energy generator. So with more energy, the better. But yeah, when you cut out those Yamis, they are kind of important too.
Exactly. So I think that's a pretty good spot for her. Yeah.
Yep, I like it. All right, now we haven't had a top tier in a little while, and I think this goes without saying. Have you guys seen this deck in action?
I have to agree,
dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen this deck?
Yeah, this deck. I lost to this deck during the rare battle when I was playing Dark Triad.
Respect for taking Dark Triad to a rare battle, dude.
Bro. Bro, I believed in Dark Triad, man. I believed in it. I'm like, freak, man.
No, respect, dude. It could, but dude, this deck has like, in the right build, it just has like 12 cards that just remove.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's just like it's crazy. Like it's removing. It's like I think it's like also making so you can't use your draw triggers as well. Or what's that? The purple one.
No, one.
Yeah, or the green Asta takes away the draw trigger. This one right here.
Okay.
But
yeah.
But the red one, literally, I've played the deck a bit, and I haven't really ever used the ability. But the red one takes away your opponent's text, their abilities.
Yeah.
You think it's insane, and it can be insane, I'm sure. But I personally haven't really had an experience.
Actually, yeah, you're right. It does, because it freaking shut down my game plan when I was trying to mill myself.
You're like bringing back bad memories.
Bro.
But then it also has the optional impact. The Knocked is such a great addition. I was liking the color trigger, but the Libe is just way more important.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You need him to help you raid out.
And he's such a good card. Like
he's
a great search card or whatever. Draw and put one under. So yeah, all around, just an absolutely insane deck. If you were at a Black Clover rare battle, you were surely seeing red like everywhere.
Hey, I'm just happy I got top 4. I got my.
Awesome. With Dark Triad, dude, that's freaking sick. So much respect.
Yes, sir.
All right, now he's probably, where would you guys put him? I don't think he's bottom of top tier at all. If we were ranking him.
Oh, let's see. So
I put him above. I put him above Suzaku.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I think so. Because at the end of the day, if I'm removing your stuff and slowing you down, it's going to be kind of rough. I like that. And I want to put him above Toto.
I would put him above Toto, honestly.
I think so. Just because I love this deck, but it does require a little bit of setting up, a little bit more energy generation. That's another thing about this deck. This is the only 5 cost right here, unless you splash in the 5 cost Noel, which I have done, and it does come in clutch.
Hey, while we up?
You'd be surprised, dude. A late game, bro. You've got 4 events in the sideline, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I like it.
I'm looking at this top tier right now. I think Mizaku would beat Toto, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
You think he beats
again,
Toto?
I don't know if we're actually like comparing them to each other, and that's the ranking. But I think you're probably right. Now, here's the question. What's more consistent, the weenie rushing or like board manipulation and removal and pressure, you know?
I
think
mean,
it's kind of 50-50.
it's kind of because the thing is, it's like you can maneuver the board how you see fit. But weenie rushing is just like I don't care what you're doing on my board. I have my creatures out. I'm just.
So does this deck have a lot of removal?
No, not really.
Because
From what
I
can
honestly think
remember-
Toto would win. Like if I set up with my 3 or 4 4Ks, you kind of just can't beat me, right? Or no, I guess you
Yeah.
do buff your characters.
Yeah, there is like constant ways to buff, but it's just like no like targeted removal outside of the
Yeah.
that I can think of. I'm double checking that
Man,
right now.
I mean, let us know in the comments. Definitely, this could be a game to see right here.
Yeah.
I personally think Toto would win. Honestly, I think it could.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see that. Like you're
But
having.
I see what you're saying, man. I mean, any deck is gonna lose to this game. This deck's perfect game, right?
Mhm.
No, for real.
This deck's perfect game is just I'm taking all your life.
Exactly.
All right, fair enough. Now we have the actual Red Noel and Mimosa deck. Dude, this deck is gross. Personally,
It's crazy.
I'll hear your guys' opinions. I think it's nuts, though.
I lost to this deck a lot of times too. It definitely goes crazy because it's like you're playing all your 2 energy event cards. It's basically a rush down version of Esper Sisters. That's basically
I was
what.
literally gonna say. I honestly almost like it better. I'm not gonna lie, just because of the manipulation with your action points, where you're not just getting the free play searches, but you can have turns with the Mimosa raid where your free play search turns into an extra action point. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have seen that where it's like
it's so gross. Your next event card's free, so you play it for free, but the free event card says to restand an action point. So your free event card gave you an action, and it's just like stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a Union Arena. Bro.
yeah, like
I've seen it, bro. It's crazy.
it's literally it's basically Yu-Gi-Oh! Like they said, Noel and Esper Sisters literally just play Yu-Gi-Oh! In Union Arena, and
Yeah. I just think they do it a slight bit better. That's all, because they do have to work for. They do have to trash to keep repeating. Whereas this deck is like, I'm gonna raid to do it. You know.
I think they have their different ways of doing it. I don't think any way is like worse or better than the other, because even though you have the trash cards with Esper Sister, you're gonna get those cards right back with cards like say again Esper Sisters or Fubuki Raid that draws 2. So you have a lot of draw power that makes it justifiable that I can stack more cards. And also almost all your triggers in Esper Sister are draw triggers. So they're hitting
Now,
like
one thing I will say that I think does outclass it undoubtedly is the pseudo impact snipe. The force removal with this deck is pretty crazy, dude. Off of the raid and the special, all the Noels force your opponent to block.
yeah, dude.
So
force-
I've seen it in action, and again, it reminds me of Kurapika because the special's the exact same. It's a little less impact because of your other Noels, but this card just straight up, you play it, impact snipe on the right turns.
Yeah, like I think the best way I describe Noel is like they took what Esper Sisters was and realized like, wait, Esper Sisters plays too much out the balance of the game. Let's contain it, but still give it that same restand effect, and that's what they make with Noel.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
D, what do you think? Who do you think's better here out of the girls' decks?
I'm a support Esper Sisters till I die. So
That's why I asked D.
I'm gonna hate Esper Sisters to the day I die, so I'm gonna say no.
yeah, but you also support Kurapika and that
No
freaking
bias
deck.
here, obviously.
Yeah, Kurapika is perfectly fine. and
No, it's
balanced.
not.
He's in
No,
B
it's
tier
not.
right now.
Put that thing-
Is he in top tier? Is
Put
he
it
in top tier?
F tier,
Kurapika
F
is on
tier.
its downfall. It's
F
on its
tier.
downfall. Give it a year and we'll see where it's at.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe Volume 3.
Yeah, hey, listen. New season of Hunter x Hunter gets announced. Oh
Bro.
my god. I lose my mind.
Bro.
But yeah, I gotta admit, I think if the decks went up against each other, I think this deck's winning.
I'll still put my money on
admit,
Esper Sisters.
Hey,
If our
there's only
color
one way to
triggers
find
are in
out.
life, true. If our color triggers are in life, you do win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My shitty ass red color trigger.
Heck
But
yeah.
This deck's crazy, bro. This deck's crazy. All right. So we happy with this? I know ours not, but
I'm be a hater. I'm be a straight hater.
That's 2 to 1. So.
Nah, all my Esper Sister homies, back me up in the comments, bro.
Yeah, they'll have to let us know, bro, or we'll have to showcase it.
Hey, I'll do a showcase match, bro. I'll do that.
Yeah, I like this deck. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. All right, but with that, that is almost every single deck. We have one more IP, the newest IP as of making this, Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Now, I know you have a hybrid build of the two. Have you experimented with or seen the direct builds of both of them though?
I tried the direct build with Zing Affinity on its own, but then I was looking at it, I'm like, bro, I just played a hybrid build and it's just better.
The hybrid is just better than Shing.
Yeah.
Because I'll let you attest for that for sure.
Because it's like both decks on their own has definite shortcomings to it, and combining them together makes up for their weaknesses.
Now, I think that Shing, I see what you were doing with it, and I think that hybrid can go well, better than the straight Shing Affinity. I do think the brothers play fantastic in their own deck, just because when you do the hybrid, you do kind of have to cut the whole Alphonse revival, and you're not running I'm assuming you're not running the Gateway of Truth, right?
No, I'm not running the Gateway.
Right, you're kind of there's no reason to. You kind of hurt yourself at that point.
Exactly.
So I'm telling you, with this deck, the games I've played with the right piloting and stuff, even against straight removal decks, it's fantastic. I really like the straight brothers build. But I'll take your word on Shing probably running better with Edward splashed in there, because I did like that, the starter deck Edward search.
Yeah, because it grabs any card, and like I said, you definitely made me more of a believer of just per out Edward brothers, because originally when I was seeing the get being played, I'm like, bro, there's just so much inconsistency with it.
Yeah, it can feel a little weak, yeah.
But you piloting it definitely maybe say, okay, there is possibilities with this deck, and that can score out a couple of wins when piloted correctly.
So yeah, straight here, we'll do Shing first. So Shing as a whole, if you just ran Shing, I think it's still a pretty insane deck. That would probably be in probably A tier, honestly, don't you think? Even if it was just straight Shing?
Yeah.
Or do you think it struggles?
So the thing is with Shing is that you really are the thing is you're not trying to kill your opponent, you're trying to just kill your opponent's things. You're trying to either make them block greed or use say Leifon to say slip between your opponent's defenses, which getting to that 7 energy drop threshold is pretty consistently, especially with the well, I keep bringing it back to the hybrid, but even on its own it's still able to hit that high threshold, especially with say Machon, with being just a raid with 3 energy and be able to draw a card. That's so powerful, simple and powerful. As compared to Kurapika, it can beat Kurapika, and it does have its reoccursions when it's when it gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one to say.
Where would you place the hybrid though? Because I feel like most people are probably playing the hybrid from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely place the hybrid in A tier.
Okay, damn, easily.
Yeah, easily, because it just like you said, you're able to get that energy a whole lot quicker and just get your stuff out quicker. On its own, it does take a bit of time to get all your stuff out and to build up your energy, which I feel as though at that point your enemy will probably have their either their Asunas or their Kurapikas out in the field to be able to start sniping away your grease and everything of that nature. So in the long run, on its own, you kind of lose out to that. So with playing the hybrid mist, you kind of get that edge of being able to get your stuff out quicker and start getting that pressure out quicker against your opponent.
All right, fair enough. D, have you seen any of Full Metal, or have you not seen enough of it yet?
I've seen a bit, not a lot, but I've seen a bit of a few of the decks. And when it comes to Jing Affinity, I really think that the energy generation does come out pretty quickly. Probably not as quick as a hybrid, as R was saying, but I do want to say that I will probably put it in A tier again. I think it does have enough consistency with its build up and everything to, even by itself, to at least be able to push past Kurapika.
Definitely, and again, the greed being a 5k as well, and all the other abilities that you're getting off along the way, yeah, I definitely think it has a lot of potential. Now, assuming we're ranking it off the hybrid, where would you guys put it?
I would say I can definitely put it, if not above Sukuna, then definitely directly behind Sukuna, if I'm being honest.
Okay, fair enough. I could see that. Because
Yeah,
it's probably going to lose to high roll and fast decks playing right. But if it gets enough time to set up and see the right cards, it's probably going to play pretty well into a lot.
Oh, definitely, bro.
And again, force removal, it's so nice with 5Ks and stuff. No, I think it's a great deck. I think I would probably even just place the regular Shing deck here, because I think you'd be surprised how easy you can get to 7 energy with that deck and how much you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Mage-Chance really help it out.
Oh yeah, no question, dude. That's a crazy energy generating card. And then the Brothers deck, at least from what I've experienced with it, it's crazy how little I've seen of this deck. Maybe I need to explore more. But have you guys seen many builds of it or people playing it?
Honestly, no, I haven't.
Right?
Nah, fam. Because I think
it doesn't get the love it deserves, bro.
Yeah, I think when people see the deck, they see that bit of inconsistency with Edward and Alphonse, where it's like the deck just, like I said, it just has that issue of it not being fast enough, honestly.
Yeah, and I can admit, like, it not having any removal outside of the special is very unfortunate. And so my favorite part about the deck, the setup that I always get that cooks for me, is when I get the Gateway of Truth setup, and then at some point along the way I put the color energy generating Alphonse into the energy line, or into the sideline. And now when I raid out this guy here, if I have an extra action point after the raid, I can bring that Al back, I can restand the Alphonse, and I can rest an opponent's card. And just being able to consistently like bring cards from the sideline like that is really good. And then the, what's that one event card called? The Let's Go Home from the starter deck?
Yeah.
Is also just a straight up take a card from your sideline and like revive it, or raid it if you want to, or play another card. So like I've seen the deck really good. When I was playing it at locals, when I won, I beat the Giselle deck, and the guy was popping off. It was a great game. And I think I played Squad Zero, but I don't remember if he was like getting the best game in. But all around, I think the deck's amazing. I think it could surprise some people. Where would you guys place it from our games, or from anything you've seen, D?
From the little I've seen, I honestly probably don't even have enough information to put it anywhere.
Fair enough. Is it a C tier to you?
It's definitely not a. I want to say it's a C tier. I would say it's definitely in the B tier. Because I know we were playing it, because I was playing Kenpachi, right, against you. Yeah, and give or take, Kenpachi on its own doesn't really have a lot of kill power behind it, a lot of other utilities behind it.
Fair enough. Yeah, you're running the Yachiru build on it.
Yeah, so I would say Elric Butters I could definitely put in B tier. I would put it. I guess I would put it like. Under Yamamoto, if I'm being honest.
Under Yamamoto, damn. All right, I guess I gotta show off this deck. I kind of moved on to Attack on Titan, but I was really enjoying it. I think, now from my experience since day one, this is the most pilot dependent deck I've played. And when I piloted it right, bro, it just flows. The fact that like you build up your sideline with cards you want to revive later, and then like you block with cards that you're able to revive later on. I don't know, I've seen the deck really work. But I think it deserves to be. I think it could stomp Karapika, honestly.
You think it could
stop? I
stop?
think so. I've got Nullify Impact. You can snipe whatever you want. I'm gonna bring it back. I can rest your big bodies. I personally think, and the way I play it, it's a rush deck. The way I play it, I'm like swinging with 2 or 3 bodies by my second or third turn usually.
Yeah.
I would personally put it above Karapika. I'm not gonna go out of here and put it in A, even though I personally think it could compete. But I do think it outshines Karapika.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen much with Elric Butters other than like say our matches and stuff. So I would like to. I think I would like to see it go against other matchups. I would like to see it go against the more prominent guests. You have seen it go up against it, and you said that it can compete. So, if that's the case, then I guess we can go ahead and say it's probably at the bottom of A tier.
No. We don't gotta put it up there, because that's the thing. I think, I'll be honest, A tier, it's definitely showing that these are decks people can all agree are great decks to dive in with. You know what I mean? They're great decks that will not fail you. Like I said, I'm still doing my experiments with it, but I am pretty confident with it. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a high B tier deck. It's a great deck though, dude. It's funny though, because like no one's seen the deck and I really like it. So maybe I'll showcase it more.
So you would say that it dethrones Karapika as the gatekeeper?
I think it might, dude. It's a very consistent deck. It doesn't matter what you kill. Funny enough, one of the best counters to it, I think, is Roy Mustang, because Roy can remove stuff instead of just sideline it.
Yeah.
Because that's the best part about this deck. I'm rushing you and I'm searching, and you can kill whatever you want. I can rest stuff. Oh, and then the surprise impact towards the end and stuff with that one card.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The Edward card,
The
or you can
Edward.
or like the Alphonse on the energy line. There's just so many options. The piloting is really fun with it, in my opinion. So all I'm saying is I think if it went up against any of these decks, it's going to have a very good chance for sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you. All
right. That's what we're going to say. Now, with that, the winning deck from Gen Con, the best deck out of the top 16s, it took over.
Yeah.
Roy Mustang.
Let's just go ahead and put him in top tier.
At the very top. It's the best deck.
The pinnacle of Union Arena right now?
He is definitely the pinnacle of Union
to say
Arena.
so.
Because he can kill it. He can just kill. He can kill, he can refuel his hand, he has suppression. Like I said, even if you get that Roy Mustang and Risa onto the field, especially Risa, bro, you're decreasing all the BP of your opponent's characters, and then you're just flat out killing them once Roy Mustang starts swinging in. And then if you have 0 cards in hand, all right, bet. I'm gonna play cards that's gonna refill my hand, or I'm gonna play cards that have more benefit of me having just 0 cards in my hand. And
not to mention he has impact with 0, which you might want.
Yeah, so impact on top of that, and the pure consistency that you're able to just snap your fingers and just kill all your opponent's creatures and stuff, it definitely swept me off my feet, because I was a certified hater on Roy Mustang. I thought this deck was going to be trash, honestly, but it 100% proved me wrong, bro. So
yeah, no, 100%. When it comes to Roy Mustang, him being able to do everything that he wants to do so easily and consistently really goes to show you just how powerful of a deck it is. If he wants his hand empty for impact, done. He wants his hand full so he can have cards to choose from on his next turn, done. He wants to kill something, done. He wants to remove something from the game, done. Like what can this man not do?
Yeah, and he's got like literally the best support you could ask for. Like his double energy generators are really great. The Riza Hawkeye like filters fantastic, as well as lowers fucking BP for free. It's just so good. And then like I was like, after going through all the top 16 decks, one of the things that really stood out to me that is really something that people need to keep in mind is how powerful the 1-cost cards are in that deck. They're they're rateable Mustangs and Rizas, and they both have really good effects. One's a nullifier with a draw trigger. The Riza's like a straight up deck filtration out of the top 2, and they're just 1-cost. So like people were running like 7 of those total, and it just makes sense because like you have your raid targets, and just all the cards that play into it are just so strong. And then what was it? Alex Lewis Armstrong, the 2 action point. I think that card is slept on, dude. Even just 2 of them in your deck.
That's what I've been saying, bro. Like, I've been
printed
saying
45 goes a long way. 2 action points is fine. It's justified. You're going to have the energy. He's a damage 2, and if your opponent blocks, which they probably will, you're getting draw 2. I saw it in some of the top 16 decks. I think it needs some more love for sure.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anything, Squad Zero definitely gives it a great run for their money, because they're more or less the exact same deck. They're both decks that have great raid targets that are not high cost. They both have great deck filtration with draw power.
Good support.
Great support to get there. I'd say the only difference, I feel like Roy Mustang just plays a better early game, because like you don't need to build up your sideline. You've just got your hand. You read the cards out and you're ready to go. At least with Squad Zero, it does take some setting up. You need to get your sight. You need to get your Ichibei to look at it all. Your Ichigo needs some time to get set up. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't take a lot to do that. But with that said, I feel like the Roy Mustang is just online and ready to go.
Exactly. It really is those tiny details or those tiny calculations that really plays a line. Let's say like you're like that 1 card, you're 1 card closer to your game plan versus your opponent. 1 turn closer to your game plan to your opponent. You're 1 play turn stat, and that makes the difference, especially that high level play, that determines like that's the difference between you being first place and you being second place. The fact that you are able to get your game plan on 1 card sooner than your opponent.
Right.
So
yeah, best deck in Union Arena potentially right now. I mean, it's got everything going for it. If anything, if it's not the best deck, it's just like the perfect deck, like what you want to see in a Union Arena deck.
I mean, honestly, the results speak for itself. Even in top 16, how many people and their mother was running Roy Mustang?
Yeah, true. I mean, the only thing, all it comes down to at the end of the day is also what you went up against. Like, I feel like One Punch puts all those decks to rest, right? The ones that are so heavily based around removal, and then One Punch is over here like, sorry, you can't touch me.
Exactly, bro. I have to see the matchup.
It all comes down to the matchups, literally. But yeah, so top tier, obviously, no surprise. Now, this deck's not bad, I'm not gonna lie. The Briggs deck. What do you guys think about this one?
I think the Briggs deck is pretty good. I think the Briggs deck works the similar way in how Blue Rukia works, where it's that you're playing, you're sequencing your 2 AP cards correctly to get the full benefit for it. I just feel as though it kind of falls short with a couple of his cards, or it's like if the cards are kind of even on their own, they don't do as much as they could on their own. Cause like let's look at the 2 AP cards in the Blue Rukia. 2 AP Renji, he can withstand an AP, basically making himself a 1 AP card. The 2 AP Byakuya, he can cheat out a Rukia for free on his own. What the thing is with Briggs, especially what's the one guy, Buccaneer?
Oh yeah.
He can't really do a lot on his own. He needs help. And if you just have him by himself and you don't have, like, say, your Armstrong or your Briggs itself, it kind of works against him. And also because the Armstrong, what's her name? Freak. Basically the Armstrong sister, all the other cards are Briggs affinity. Alex Louis Armstrong, I forgot his name exactly. He's not a Briggs affinity card. So even though you want to run him in the deck with your Briggs deck, he works against it in a sense because he's not a Briggs affinity.
Yeah, and I feel like his 2 action points definitely does help it at times because only part of the raid effect is Briggs related. And don't get me wrong, most of the deck is asking for Briggs cards. Yeah. But you can definitely splash in the 2 action point, Alex Louis Armstrong, and he'll do some stuff. But yeah, funny enough, looking at this deck, what it really reminds me of is like the Wives deck here with Tengen. Like, basically, the deck's great, but if you don't see the raid card, it kind of just doesn't perform as much as you want it to. Because, like, the deck's great, and you can make the 2 action points into some really, really cool plays, but, like, it's this raid card that kind of ties it all together.
Exactly. So if you're not seeing that in the entire game, the deck kind of falls off. And the thing is with, like, Tengen, even if you don't see your Tengen raid, if you see that 4-2 Tengen, your game plan is still in action. So you just need to see one of the 10.
Yeah, can definitely do some stuff outside of the raid. But yeah, for sure. Like, if you're not seeing it, it can kind of feel bad at times. But I think it's a pretty good A-tier contender. I genuinely think it fits, like, perfectly right in between these two.
I have to agree, because, I mean, like, there's so many... There is potential with the deck. Like, you got Buccaneer into Fort Briggs into Olivia to restand an extra AP. You have those combos that can go off as long as you're sequencing things right, just like with the Rukia deck. It just does have, like, that good push, that good drive that it needs. Like, especially when you're standing up all your Briggs affinity cards when you bring out your raid card. You're able to actually be aggressive with everything that you're doing. It's just the 2 action point, the whole gambit. That's the main thing with the deck. And if you get it sequenced, just like with Rukia, you're good.
Yep. Yeah, no. I think it's a great deck, though, because, yeah, once you get the right turns off with the right cards, it is pretty gross.
Yeah.
All right, and then the last color from the last IP, we got the villains, the homunculi. So I think I split these up properly. I feel like Lust kind of goes in both decks. I don't know if you guys have looked at builds. And like more or less Bradley's kind of in his own build, and the other deck's kind of leaning towards like the get 20 in the sideline. What do you guys think?
I think I see that.
Yeah, because I think farther, like I said, purple and Full Metal is really interchangeable. But I guess based on just who has killed cards, you have Father, and of course you have King Bradley. So Lust can really go into either or, more so Father. So I think that's probably the best way to go about seeing it.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess for the Bradley deck, what do you guys think about this deck? Double attacker, 45. I believe Kimberly's kind of like ran with him a lot too.
I would say for King Bradley, that's a good question.
The interesting thing about these is like that you really can build it however you want. It's interesting. Like not a lot of colors in Union is like you can genuinely mix this however you want.
Yeah, because like I said, King Bradley just goes with anything. It really just goes with anything. It's just how it really is preference. It really is preference.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any real distinction between.
Unless you're going for like the straight up like I want to mill everything, that could sort of be its own archetype. But yeah, again, you can really mix them up.
Yeah, the whole mix and match special that you get with this whole color it's honestly something that's really cool and unique. And I'm glad that we do get this chance to talk about it a little bit, because you have like cards like Envy who can literally be the raid fodder for any card that has raid. Mm-hmm. So for that to work in this deck, it just goes to show you that it really can be played however you want, and that just pretty much comes down to personal preference, how you want to build a deck and what your playstyle is.
Yeah, especially like compared to like the other purple from like Black Clover, where like there was genuinely like no individuality.
Yeah,
they're basically like, here's the Black Bulls deck, here's the Dark Triad deck, have fun.
Exactly. So I guess the best way to say it is that like with King Bradley and Father, I'm gonna be honest, I could put both of them at A tier easily.
Okay. You think Father? I feel like I've heard bad opinions on him.
The people, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna make this firm statement. People can roast me in the chat. I really don't give a crap. The thing is, they're probably building Father the same way that they're probably building Muzan and Saitama, Green Saitama. Whereas like Father is the sole focus of my deck. I want to build it up. No, that's not the way you have to be building the deck. Father is there. But Father is like, say, once everything else is done and you get to that point, now your father is a cleanup card. He's there strictly to clean up. During the time beforehand, the key cards that you're going to be playing is like, say, your Lust, which is draw 2 discard 2, filling the sideline while still applying pressure. Your Envy, which is going to get impact, still applying pressure. Still, I believe it's like draw 1, discard 1. I could be wrong.
Yeah, when attacking draw trash. Yeah, it's so good.
Exactly. You're going to be most of your game is going to be playing with raiding your enemies, raiding your Lust, having a back and forth game with them, while your Father is just sitting in the sideline the entire time until you get the 20 cards into your sideline. Now, you're going into late game. Your opponent's at 2 life, you're at 1 life. This match is close. Wait a second, my Father's in my sideline, and because this purple deck is able to draw cards so effectively with like Transmutation Circle and stuff, I'm gonna stack 3 cards from my hand to the sideline to bring Father out, to bring Father back onto the field. Now, I'm not only gonna kill a card on your side to open up your defenses, I now have this big body with like, I think it's like impact and damage 2 and whatnot, that I'm going to start swinging in. I'm going to clean up the match. Now, and at that point, you're already in a close lane, or even if you're steamrolling with just the with your deck in beginning, and then you bring your Father out, now it's just overkill. Your Father is your support, it's not the main focus. And people who build around Father being like, get Father out on the field no matter what, with no attention to the other cards before then, I think are playing the deck wrong.
Yeah, I haven't experimented with builds on it much in purple, but I imagine that like when I was picturing builds on it, I was definitely imagining it'd be like maybe literally all 3 of the raid cards, because you could literally do that, especially with the Envy raid on top of anything.
Yeah,
and then just have like 2 Fathers floating around, and you're playing 2 different games basically.
Yeah, the way the deck, the version I runs 4 Envies, 4 Lusts, 2 Bradleys, and 2 Fathers in it.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to do it, definitely.
Because I have all my raids I could bring out and just have a back and forth game without even needing my Father, and then my Father is there for if I want to clean up the game or if I need a super clutch play, he's there for insurance essentially.
I like that. So what do we think? Bottom of A, is that good, or are they above people in A?
I'm gonna be
all together though.
Yeah, I will put them all together. I would say I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think they're higher on that list, man. I would say that they're gonna be beating like Kampachi and Toshido, honestly, man.
Oh damn, D, what do you think?
Like I was thinking like not bottom, but I wasn't thinking like that high personally. I was thinking a little under Tengen, because I feel like some of those rush decks do have more consistency against the
I can see that. Yeah, again, I really need to play test this. And to be fair, it's the newest deck out of all these that we probably have played the least of. But yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Definitely over Briggs, just because those few games where you don't get the perfect build on it or the perfect draws. Which again, you could say that about every deck. But yeah, at the end of the day, I can just see like these decks all right here, like from Tengen onwards, like you should be getting some pretty solid games in pretty consistently because you're not asking for a lot.
Yes.
Most of the time. Damn, all right. I think that's it. Are any arguments on the final placement?
I mean, like I said, me personally, I kind of want to put Father.
You want to put him up here?
Yeah, I kind of want to put him up here. I think
crazy.
he's able to do it because, like you said, you're able to get a pretty decent, like not like early games the other red decks, but you're still able to get a pretty decent early game, even though you're trying to work towards the late game.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe we'll settle for the middle. We'll settle for the middle right here, right above the rush decks.
Okay, yeah, I'll see that. I'll see that.
We'll do that.
We can have Father run the gauntlet to find out.
Yeah, literally. Bro.
Hey, I'll do that. I will say, I ain't gonna lie. I think we're missing one more deck in Full Metal, man.
Oh, are we? Which one?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yes.
Stop it. I
Yeah.
know exactly what you're doing. Because I was thinking of doing the exact same thing. That's so funny.
Nah, we're missing a deck.
About Nina.
We're missing a deck for Full Metal, man.
Oh God, which one are we missing? Which one did I miss?
Prince Tuck.
Nina and Alexander.
Nina and Alexander.
God. Do they have their own deck?
I'm gonna be real. By the time this video's out, I'll probably have that deck profile out. But a good friend of mine at the shop, again, his name's Mike. He built a Nina and Alex and Jimbly deck. I'm gonna be honest, man.
Damn.
That deck's pretty strong and it works.
That's pretty crazy. So Nina and Alexander, though, that's the deck, huh?
Yeah, it's Nina and Alexander. But you're mainly playing Nina Alexander as like the meme portion, but your main priority is Jimbly and his effects. That deck is able to draw so effectively and apply pressure and impact so consistently. It's honestly scary.
Damn, where would you place that one?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna place it in A tier, bro. I think it's that strong.
Damn, D, are you vouching for this?
I don't know. I haven't been to the shop in a minute.
That's fair.
Work has been keeping me busy, so.
No, that's fair. Nina and Alexander deck, though. All right, we'll put a pin on it since I haven't heard much about it. You haven't made the deck profile yet, but keep that in mind, people. There might be a Nina and Alexander deck floating around in A tier somewhere.
Hey,
Nina and Alexander Kimbley deck, right?
yeah. Or is it Kimbley or Jimbly? What's his name?
Oh, Kimbley. Yeah, Kimbley. Yeah, this guy Kimbley.
Yeah, like his, like I said, the things this guy can do, especially like say with the Pride color card.
Right.
Crazy. Actual crazy.
Right, fair enough. I'll be keeping my eye out for it, bro.
People ain't gonna talk about it.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, same with the brothers, dude. I guess we got some Full Metal decks to cover that no one wants to.
Exactly.
There
But
it is, though, the Union Arena almost 1 year anniversary tier list. There's still a few sets to come out till then, but I figured it was a good time to dive into it, especially because I feel like the meta's pretty diverse compared to how it was a few months ago.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think like with, of course, you have your top tiers that just doesn't agree with the rules of Union Arena or like here and whatnot. I still feel as though even with like your A tiers and a few B tiers, you're still able to compete with the top tiers and able to slide in and get those consistent wins. So there's a lot of diversity, not only in the style of deck, but also in the anime itself. So if you just want to play your favorite IP, you know there's a good deck in your favorite IT that you can bring out, with the exception of Sword Art Online, rest in peace.
Sword Art, nah, bro. Blue SAO High Roll, they're gonna have a great time. But it is funny that, like, yeah, if you really look at it, like, if I had to just broad look at it, top tier's very consistent, not really risky decks necessarily. Like, they're definitely gonna run their games good. I feel like almost half of these A tier decks are sort of like risky decks. Like, you're either risking a rush at the early game or you're risking like these crazy Saitama or like high roll decks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when they work, they just work so well.
I think the main difference. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna
talk.
Okay. It's that whole high risk, high reward, and the fact that the reward is like so high, it's okay that these risks are also equally as high, because because it balances out. It's like, okay, I know I'm going in with like a 50-50 chance of winning, but hey, look, I won the 50-50, so now I know my deck is going to win. It's going to do what it needs to do, and I'm going to come out on top.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And I think that's the main thing that separates an A tier from a top tier is that, like, with an A tier, you're still playing within the realms of Union Arena. You still have that set amount of RNG that's in play, where it's like, okay, now it's just up to the luck of the draw or the luck of the life for that matter. Whereas when you start going into the top tiers, they're kind of like, say, RNG? The freak is that? That doesn't apply to me. Like,
RNG, I'm just gonna draw everything and reorganize my deck and remove everything.
Yeah, like regardless of what my hand is or what I draw, I'm gonna do what I'm doing regardless. Forget your rules.
Dude, pretty scary to look at this and see 3 Code Geass decks in A and top tier, and it's not. This isn't even Volume 2 incorporated. That's terrifying.
Exactly. So that lets you know that once Volume 2 drops, just how powerful this deck is.
Those decks are about to get good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hey, well, GG's, boys, we freaking did it. The Union Arena tier list. I think we did it. I think this is a good. I think this is a good, not super biased. Good. What do you call it? Gauge as to where each deck lies right now.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I think anyone who looks at this tier list, they'll be able to look at, all right, what decks are dominating, what decks are okay, and what decks I should definitely avoid.
Which decks might get support in the next sets to make them better. Maybe don't give up on them.
Exactly. So there's, like I said, a good diversity within the tier list, and pretty much anyone can just pick up Union Arena and just play what they want, honestly.
And there you have it. Now, I will say, this is the opinion of all 3 of us combined out of the experience that we had with playing, as well as going up against the many different decks that exist out here in the West. And I know that our opinions might be different from some of y'all out here that are currently watching this video. So if you feel differently about a couple of decks and where we placed them, go ahead and let us know down in the comment section below. We would love to read it and see what you guys think, to hopefully so we can become better, as well as everybody else who built this video can become better as well. Once again, I'd like to give a huge shout out over to Wabble TCG for being able to allow us to come together and discuss about the tier list and discuss our opinions about the current meta as well as the current decks and what is to come later on in the future. But without wasting any more time, I've been R from DJR Union, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Peace.